They rebooted that.
It's still on, all the repeats are still on all those stations, all that old.
So, good evening. My name is Lisa Brown. I'm the Oakland County Clerk, and it is my pleasure and honor to call the January 6, 2021 Board of Commissioners meeting to order at 6:04 p.m. Because we are remote, I'm going to do roll call next, but if you would please, once you say here or present, if you could also state what municipality you are located in. So I will now call roll call. Commissioners Cavell.
Present in Ferndale.
Charles.
I'm here in Southfield.
Gershenson.
Here in Bloomfield Township.
Gingell.
Here in Orion Township.
Hoffman.
This conference will now be recorded.
Present in Highland Township.
Jackson.
Here in Southfield.
Joliet.
Here in Waterford.
Kokendorfer.
Here in Rochester Hills.
Howell.
Here in White Lake Township.
Kuhn.
Here in Troy.
Long.
Here in Commerce Township.
Lubes.
Here from Classen, Michigan.
Markham.
Here from Novi.
McGillivray.
Here from Madison Heights.
Miller.
Here in the great city of Farmington.
Moss.
Here in Birmingham.
Nelson.
Here, Waterford Township.
Howell.
Here, Pontiac, Michigan.
Biz.
Present Oxford Township, Michigan.
Whitebert.
Here, attending from Southline, Michigan.
And Woodward.
Here attending from Royal Oak, Michigan.
Excellent. Well, we have a quorum. Next on the agenda is the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. And I'm thrilled to welcome the longest serving member of the board, the Dean of the Board from Commerce Township, Commissioner Long, Christine Long.
Thank you, Clerk Brown. If we can first bow our heads and do a moment of silence for the Campo family whose lives ended tragically in a plane crash last week, and lifetime politician and friend Bill Bullard and former County Commissioner Sue Douglas. If we can please just take a moment of silence for the two of them and the three in the family. Thank you. Let us pray. It seems like a lot of uncertainty around us, so many lives and people who need prayers. Today we pray for those whose health is compromised by the coronavirus or other health issues, for for those who suffer from the economic impact of the virus in hospitality, travel, manufacturing, and so many other industries, for healthcare workers and first responders and all other public servants who put themselves in harm's way for us, for our leaders of the world, our countries, states, counties, cities, villages, and townships as they seek to help manage this challenge. God, it can be overwhelming, but you tell us over and over again not to be afraid. Let us turn our hearts, hands, and prayers towards the concerns of others. Amen.
Amen.
And then if we can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, where's our flag this time?
I've got one behind me.
Okay.
So let me,
The Pledge of Allegiance
To the
to
flag
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
For
for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all.
okay. Thank you, Commissioner Long. Moving on to the approval of the minutes from the December 7th, 2020 Board of Commissioners meeting. I need a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Commissioner McGilvery moves, and do I have support? Kowal, thank you. All in favor of the minutes from the December 7th, 2020 Board of Commissioners meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent. Then the minutes are approved. Moving on to the approval and closing the journal for the 2019-2020 biennial session and adjourn sine die. Again, I need a motion for that. Can I get a motion to approve and close the journal for the 2019-2020? Okay. Commissioner Long, I'll stop talking, and support by Nelson. Thank you. Okay, so, and this time you don't have to say where you are this time. I just did that for attendance. So now, so I'll be calling the roll on approving and closing the journal from the 2019-2020 biennial session and adjourn sine die. Commissioners Charles.
Aye. Yay.
It's good. Gershenson.
Yes.
Gingell.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Joliet.
Yes.
Kokendorfer.
Yes.
Kowal.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Long.
Yes.
Lubes.
Yes.
Markham.
Yes.
McGilvery.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Moss.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Howell.
Yes.
Biz.
Yes.
Weipert.
Yes.
Woodward.
Yes.
Val.
Yes.
Excellent. We have 21 yeas, 0 nays, a sufficient majority having voted in favor of the approval and close of the journal for the 2019-2020 biennial session has been approved, and it is now adjourned at 6:10 p.m. At this time, I want to make sure I'm on track here. Yes, at this time, I will be swearing in all of the commissioners. So if you will all please raise your right hand. I'm not going to ask you to stand because then we're going to see your tummy. So if you please raise your right hand and repeat after me. So you may want to all unmute yourselves first so you can say it out loud. So everybody can hear you. Okay. I do solemnly swear
Do
I
solemnly
swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the
Constitution
of the United States
of the United
States.
and the Constitution of this state,
and the
Constitution of the state.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and then I will
The duty
of the office of County Commissioner
of the
Office of
Office
the
of
Commissioner, Commissioner,
according to the best of my ability.
according to
According
the
to
best of
the
my
best of my
ability.
Congratulations. Okay, the only one clapping. Okay, and now I'd like to give you all an opportunity to introduce yourselves. The more seasoned commissioners, you may want to make it briefer. If you want to state the municipalities that you represent as well as your district, and how many years maybe you've been serving, and then we'll give a little more time to the 4 new members that they can thank their supporters and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to go in alphabetical order if anyone doesn't have any objections to that. So Commissioner Cabal.
Hi, I'm the new county commissioner for the 18th district. That's 8 Mile to 11 Mile, Coolidge to DeQuinder, Ferndale, Hazel Park, Huntington Woods, Royal Oak Township, and part of Oak Park. I just wanted to say thank you to my partner, Katie, for being so patient during the long campaign. Thanks to our team of volunteers for being there for us. And thanks for the district for putting your faith in our effort. And I'm excited to get to work with all y'all here today so that we can further racial, social, and economic justice to try and make Oakland County a place where we all can thrive. Excited to be here with y'all.
Excellent. Thank you. Commissioner Charles.
Thank you. To the chair, the leadership, I am Yolanda Smith Charles, a 3rd generation Southfield resident. I am married to Brian, and I have an awesome dog named Bella, who's a Boston Terrier. I am the commissioner representing District 17, which represents Lathrop Village, and a portion of Southfield and a portion of Oak Park. I look forward to working with everyone on the commission and doing what's best for Oakland County. And I thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, my family, my friends, and all of the voters. Thanks to also the former commissioner from District 17, Dr. Quarles. And with that, I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Gershenson.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be back. I represent portions of Bloomfield Township, West Bloomfield, and Farmington Hills. And I'm really looking forward to an exciting exciting term for us all to be working together.
Thank you. Commissioner Gingell.
Yes, good evening. I'm Mike Gingell, and I represent the 1st District, which is the Village of Lake Orion, Orion Township, City of Lake Angeles, majority of City of Auburn Hills, and a little bit of Independence Township. I'm going on my 8th term at the County Commission, and I just look forward to working with each of you this term to try to do the best for Oakland County and the taxpayers. And as others had mentioned, I couldn't do it without the support of my family, my wife, Jessica, and all of our kids. Their patience and time away is definitely appreciated. So with that, I'll yield my time to the next commissioner.
Thank you. Commissioner Hoffman.
Hi, thank you very much. I've been a commissioner since 2010. I represent the beautiful communities of Highland Rose, Springfield, Holly, and Groveland, and the village of Holly. I thoroughly enjoy being a county commissioner, and I want to introduce you, the long-time ones who've been here. This is my son, Anthony. He's sweet 16. He's driving, so look out. And when I started, he was 6 years old, and he won't quit eating. And I thank you, and I enjoy serving with every one of you. Thanks again.
Thank you. And he has grown up so fast. Commissioner Jackson.
Hi, thank you, everybody. And I just want to say my name is Janet Jackson, like her, but I'm me. And I'm just so grateful to be serving again. This is my 6th term representing the west end of Southfield and the east end of Farmington Hills. I want to say I really am proud to be an Oakland County Commissioner, and I look forward to advancing opportunity and equality for the residents of my district and people in Oakland County in general. So I look forward to a productive term. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Commissioner Joliet.
Hi, and good evening. I represent District 4, which is North Waterford, Clarkson, and parts of Independence. I want to thank my family. We have 5 boys collectively. Some of them are home, some of them aren't, but they've put up with my stress working through the election. This is my first term, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone and moving Oakland County forward.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Kokendorfer.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Adam Kokendorfer. I represent District 15. That's all of Rochester and the eastern half of Rochester Hills. I've served on the board for 5 years now. And if you hear a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old screaming in the background, those are my daughters, Claire and Elise, and my wife, Lauren, probably chasing after them. And they're a big reason probably of why I won the last election and every election before that. So I'm excited to be serving another term with this great group. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Kowal.
Thank you. I represent District 6, which is White Lake and a good part of Waterford. And this will be my 4th term back on the Board of Commissioners. I was first elected in 2002 and served from 2003 to 2008. And then I served in the State House representing the 44th District for 6-year terms before coming back to the Board of Commissioners in 2015. I really like being on the Board of Commissioners. You're closer to the people you represent. You can make a big difference in their lives. And I just wanted to thank my family that have sacrificed throughout the years for me to be involved in this. My husband, Mike, and I have been married for 47 years now, and we have 2 beautiful daughters, a great son-in-law, and 2 beautiful grandchildren. And looking forward to seeing what we can accomplish in this next term. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Commissioner Kuhn.
Yes, thank you. My name's Tom Kuhn. I represent District 11. I'm honored and privileged to represent the citizens of Rochester Hills, Troy, and Auburn Hills. This is my 2nd term, and looking forward to working with everyone again this term. Thank you.
Thank you. Dean of the Board, Commissioner Long.
Oh, yeah. Hi, good evening, everybody. So I am honored to represent all the residents of Commerce Township, Walled Lake, Wolverine Lake, and a portion of West Bloomfield. I am on my 19th year. I think that was, my son is 18, so I was pregnant with my 3rd boy when I ran the first time. So I'm on my 10th term starting now. But I did make sure when someone said Dean of the Board, I did make sure with Chairman Woodward that I wasn't the oldest, because I was one of the youngest when I was first elected, and I didn't wear glasses. So this is and then 2 other kids after that. So this has been a joy being on this board. I'm looking forward to working with everyone and representing all the residents in my district. And I'm privileged to be back. I feel like it's a privilege. I really love being a county commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Lubes.
Thank you. My name is Penny Lubes. I represent District 16, which is the city of Clawson, half of Troy, and a little bit of Royal Oak. This is my 2nd term, so it is, as everyone has said, an honor and a privilege to represent people in our district as we move forward in the pandemic times and returning back to what is our normal. So happy to be a part of this group to make a difference in the lives of others. And I want to say I have 5 children and 9 grandchildren. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Commissioner Markham.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Gwen Markham, and I am the commissioner for District 9, which is Novi Township and the Oakland County portion of Northville. I'm very grateful to be in my 2nd term. I think what I didn't expect and really appreciate after my 1st term is how much help we were able to provide to the entire county working as a group through the pandemic. And I just really appreciate being part of an organization where everybody wants to work to make things better. And I'm looking forward to this year. So thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner McGilvery.
Hi, I'm Gary McGilvery. I'm from District 20. My district includes all of Madison Heights, all of Pleasant Ridge, South Troy, and South Royal Oak. I've been on the board for the last 12 years. Previous to that, I served on Madison Heights City Council and Mayor for 25 years. So I enjoy what I do, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you throughout the next 2 years. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you. Commissioner Miller.
Thank you. I am William Miller, County Commissioner in the 14th District, which is Farmington, portions of Farmington Hills, Franklin, Bingham Farms, Beverly Hills, and Southfield Township. On my second term, I thank you for my constituents for reelecting me. And I want to thank the Lord, of course. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. My beautiful wife, one of my biggest supporters, my biggest supporter, I can never leave her out, is my daughter, Ava. She's 16. She's been with me since she's been in a carrier going to the election booth every single year. I look forward to working with everybody. I look forward to continuing the better quality of life for all that reside in Oakland County. And I want to thank one of my new portions of the family that I've come to as being a county commissioner is the initiative that we've been working on, and we're continuing the welcoming, where all are welcome, and belonging begins with us. Thank you for your time, and I'll concede to the next person.
Thank you. Commissioner Moss.
Hi, I'm Chuck Moss. I represent the 12th District, which is the city of Birmingham, the city of Bloomfield Hills, and most of the township of Bloomfield. To thank the people of the district, and most of all, my wife Alice is here. Some of you know, hopefully all of you get to know. And I'm looking forward to serving the best county in certainly the state of Michigan and maybe in the USA.
Thank you. Commissioner Nelson.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. It is an honor and a privilege to continue serving District 5, which is Keiko Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, and portions of Waterford and West Bloomfield in my second term. I'm grateful and so very thankful for the support of the voters, my family, my friends, and supporters in general. And I am just really excited to continue serving people and working with my fellow colleagues and moving Oakland County forward.
Excellent. Thank you. Commissioner Powell.
Hello. I just want to say I'm also grateful for a second term. I want to thank my citizens here in the city of Pontiac. I think I'm the only commissioner that has one city. So the great city of Pontiac is what I serve. I would like to thank my family, my friends, the community, God, as always, because he gives me the strength to do whatever I need to do for these citizens here in this city. I just look forward to a second term. I got to run in my first term, and everybody know I'm ready to go for the second one. So thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Spiz.
Thank you. I have the honor of representing District 3 in Oakland County, which includes Brandon Township, Oakland Township, Addison Township, Oxford Township, where I live, Ortonville Village, Village of Oxford, and the Village of Leonard. I'm going into my 5th term, so I've been here for quite a while, not as much as our dean, but not sure I want to catch her, but we'll see what happens in the future. I look forward to working with all of you, especially the new people, and getting to know you a lot more than our brief conversations we may have had. So I'm looking forward to 2021 and continue to move Oakland County forward.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Lisa.
Yes.
Can I say one more thing? I'm so sorry. My mom and them will kill me. I just want to thank the deaf and hard of hearing community. Y'all know I love my community, so thank them too for supporting me as well.
Do you want to sign that?
Oh, yeah.
Want to sign that?
Thank my deaf. Thank you.
Commissioner Weipert.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am Phil Weipert, and I represent the residents of District 8 and have been serving on the County Commission since 2011. District 8 includes the city of South Lyon Township, New Hudson, all of Milford Township, including the village of Milford, and the city of Wixom. I really enjoy serving on the county commission. I enjoy working with all the commissioners. I look forward to working with the new commissioners and getting us through this pandemic. And I really thank all the residents and communities for having confidence in me and re-electing me to the county commission. Thank you.
Commissioner Woodward.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'd like to thank the voters of District 19. This is my 9th term serving on this board, and like the comments shared by my colleagues, an incredible opportunity that's been afforded to me to be able to work with all of you to do all the great work that we've been able to do together. I wouldn't be able to do this without the support of my wife, Stacy, and our 2 girls, which I didn't have children when I first came to the board, and now they're 9 and 11. So Alice and Ellie are old enough to canvas with me on a regular basis. Lucky them. But genuinely and truly, I love serving with all of you and looking forward to the next term, making great things happen across this county.
Thank you. And I can say, so nice, that was all of our, for those watching, that's all of our commissioners, all 21 of the Oakland County commissioners. And I like to say, I look forward to working with all of you, continue working with those who I have in the past, and with the new ones. I mean, I already knew Commissioner Moss, so, but I enjoy working with all of you as well. So, and now I'm gonna get out my little gavel. I would like to call the 2021-2022 biennial session to order at 6:28 p.m. And I'm going to call the roll call again. I don't think anybody has moved from when I called it before, so I'm going to say you don't have to tell me where you're located again, unless you want to. But Commissioners Gershenson.
Here.
Gingell.
Here.
Hoffman.
Here.
Jackson.
Here.
Joliet. Here. Kokendorfer.
Here.
Kowal.
Here.
Kuhn.
Here.
Long.
Here.
Lubes.
Here.
Markham.
Here.
McGilvery.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Moss.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Powell.
Here.
Biz.
Here.
Weibert.
Here.
Woodward.
Here.
Cavell.
Here.
Charles.
Here.
And we have a quorum. So moving on to the approval of the agenda. I need a motion and a second to approve the agenda. So do I have that? Moved by Lubes. And do I have a second? Gershenson? Thank you. Any discussion on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, I will call the roll to approve the agenda as presented. Commissioners Gingell.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Joliet.
Yes.
Kokendorfer.
Yes.
Kowal.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Long.
Yes.
Lubes.
Yes.
Markham.
Yes.
McGilvery.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Moss.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Powell.
Yes.
Biz.
Yes.
Weibert.
Yes.
Woodward.
Yes.
Cavell.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Gershenson.
Yes.
We have 21 yeas, 0 nays, a sufficient majority having voted in favor. The agenda as printed has been adopted. Moving on, we are at the adoption of the temporary rules for the Board of Commissioners. And again, I need a motion and a second to adopt the temporary rules of the Board of Commissioners. Do I have a motion? Okay, I see Commissioner Spiz. And do I have a second? Commissioner Jackson. Okay. To adopt the temporary rules for the board. Any discussion on the temporary rules? Great. Seeing none, I'll call the roll. Commissioners Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Joliet,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Oops,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
McGilvray,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Moss,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Biz,
Yes.
Weibert,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Cavell,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Kirshenson,
Yes.
Gengel.
Yes.
We have 21 yeas, 0 nays, sufficient majority having voted in favor. The temporary rules for the Board of Commissioners have been adopted. Next on our agenda is the nomination and election of a temporary chairperson. So I will need a nomination from the floor. Commissioner McGilvray.
I would like to nominate Christine Long from Commerce Township.
Excellent. We have a nomination for Commissioner Long. Do I have a second for that? Commissioner Weibert seconds that. To nominate and elect. Are there any other nominations? Excellent. Seeing none, I will call the roll on the nomination of Commissioner Long as temporary chairperson. Commissioners Jackson,
Yes.
Joliet,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Lubes,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
McGilvray,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Moss,
I'm thinking. No, yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Biz,
Yes.
Weibert, Weibert,
Sorry, I said yes.
okay, you weren't unmuted. Woodward,
Yes.
Cavell,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Kirshenson,
Yes.
Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
We have 21 yeas, 0 nays. Sufficient majority having voted in favor of Commissioner Long. She has now been elected as a temporary chairperson. Congratulations, Commissioner Long. I hand you
Okay.
the gavel.
Thank you. I know this is going to be short-lived, so I won't be able to do any damage. So first, we need to open the floor for nominations for the permanent chairperson of the Board of Commissioners. Do we have any nominations? Commissioner Gershenson.
Nominate Dave Woodward.
Okay, do we have a second for that? Commissioner Spiz? Please, Commissioner Spiz, are you seconding? Second? Okay. Any discussion? All right. Any other nominations? Am I supposed to do that too from the floor? Okay. Seeing none, we'll do roll call on Commissioner Woodward for the chair of the Oakland County Board of Commissioners.
Okay. Commissioners Joliet, We only have days left. Unfortunately, people. Yes. All right. Thank you. Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Lubes,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
McGilvery,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Moss,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Biz,
Yes.
Wyper,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Cavell,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Madam Temporary Chair, you have 21 yeas, 0 nays.
All right, well, we'll hand the gavel, pretend back over to Chairman Woodward. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Long, and thank you, all of you. It is an incredible honor, like I mentioned, to be part of this body. The 21 of us representing 1.2 million people across the county, and those who are returning from the last term, definitely unprecedented times, an unprecedented biennial session kickoff in this virtual sense, the work that we accomplished all together, and the welcome for new members, one returning and our 2 new members. I think it's always important to remember that why we get into this and why we decided to run for office in the first place and why we decided to run for on the county commission. And regardless of where we sit on the political spectrum, what I can say definitively across for everyone in this board, that everyone here on the board today serves not only for the right reason, but to do the right things. To do the right things by the people that entrust us and vote for us to make decisions to lead our county, and to be part of the tradition, this great tradition in Oakland County, where we lead on initiatives, where we drive our state's economy, where we're proud of the traditions of many cases being the best, but also not being afraid to chart a new path to deliver opportunity and prosperity to others. And so I'm very much looking forward to the next term working with all of you, and thank you for the support and trust that you placed in me today to lead this board going forward. With that, let's, and I know, and I promise we will, as soon as we can get together, we will have something, well, where we can see each other again and a celebration. We talked to staff trying to figure out a way to make it more ceremonial because of the tradition of starting off this term, but we will do it as soon as we get on the other side of this pandemic. But moving on to our agenda, I'd like to open the floor to nomination for election of vice chairperson. Commissioner McGilvery.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Marcia Greshenson as vice chair.
There's a motion to nominate Marcia Gershenson, seconded by Commissioner Nelson. Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Seeing no other nominations, nominations are closed. Madam Clerk, please, is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on vice chairperson.
Commissioners Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Lubes,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
McGilvery,
Yes.
Miller,
Yeah.
Was that a yes? You kind of broke up there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Moss,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Biz,
Yes.
Wypert,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Cavell,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Joliet.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 21 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voted in the affirmative. Commissioner Gershenson will be our vice chairperson. Congratulations, Marcia.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. That's my first unanimous vote. And I really appreciate it. I hope that means you are happy with the work I did last term. And I really look forward to us all working together and helping our county through this pandemic and accomplishing great things together. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Commissioner. I will move us to item 10 on the agenda, which is public comment. And so this is the time in the meeting where the public can address the board on any items on the agenda, as well as any item not on the agenda. And so we have, in our virtual way, there's lots of ways to participate. You can, well, I guess you can't go into auditorium, but you can be near the auditorium and Andrea would find you and bring you into our conference room. Andrea Powers, our staff, if you haven't had an opportunity to meet her yet, is going to help facilitate our public comment of whether they were emailed in, called in, or showed up in person. Andrea, is there anyone from the public that wishes to address the board?
Good evening. Currently, there are no people in the auditorium or in Committee Room A. There are no people on the open call-in line, and there are no written submissions. So you currently have no public comment.
Okay, seeing no members wishing to address the board for public comment, I'll declare public comment closed. No further member, public comment closed. And that will bring us, our first item is to appoint the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee. Can I get a motion to appoint the members? Does someone have a Commissioner Charles? Do you have the names in front of you?
Mr. Chair, that's a technicality, but you appoint them under the board rules.
Well, that only happens once every 2 years. Okay. I will appoint to commence on some business so we can conclude this meeting. Kristen Nelson, Chairperson, Marcia Gershenson, Vice Chair, Adam Kokendorfer, Minority Vice Chair, Janet Jackson, Penny Lubes, and Karen Joliet to the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee. Do we need a vote to confirm that?
Yeah, a voice vote would be fine.
A voice vote, okay. So get a motion from Commissioner Charles, seconded by Commissioner Long, to appoint those members to the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee. Any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor of those appointments, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Let the record reflect that the vote passes unanimously. And that brings us, what we're going to do just procedurally, so everyone understands what what's happening next. We are going to go at recess. We're going to let the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee convene, take up some matters that's on the agenda, embedded in this agenda, and then we will reconvene after their business to take up those matters. So we will stand at recess. If you're not on the committee, if you can turn off your mic and turn off your camera, and we're going to let the committee just continue meeting here. So we stand at recess.
Mr. Chairman, how long?
As long as the legislative committee needs to meet.
Any estimates? Half hour, hour?
Maybe a half hour.
Great, thank you.
Or maybe less. If we need to find you, we will call you. If you want to, if you want to run up another, if there's an episode of something you want to catch in between.
Alrighty, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Committee of the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations to order at 6:46 p.m. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Commissioners Gershenson, and remember to please state your location. Commissioners Kokendorfer,
Here, Rochester Hills.
Jackson,
Here, Southfield, Michigan.
Loops,
Here from Clausen.
Joliet,
Here from Waterford Township.
Gershenson, are you there? Nelson,
Here, Waterford Township.
and Chair, we have a quorum.
Excellent, thank you. Should we wait for Commissioner Gershenson or should I just proceed on?
Well, we do have a quorum. We can proceed on. I will note her present when she gets back. There she is.
Here, but I need a minute. My husband fell. Can I come right back on?
You want to take a recess or do you want
to? I'm so sorry. I guess so. I'll be right back.
Do what you got to do.
Let's.
Yeah.
Sure.
Take care of your husband.
Madam Clerk, should we just take a brief recess?
It's up to you, Madam Chair. We can
Members
resume.
of the committee, what are your thoughts?
I would say, Madam Chair, I'm fine here waiting. It doesn't matter to me, or we could take 3 minutes, just whatever. I don't have a preference.
Yeah, I'm fine either way also.
Yes, I think we should.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Jackson?
I think we should. Measure.
Madam Chair, let's recess for 5 minutes. Excellent. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your flexibility.
Sure.
Thank you. time?
Nope, he's okay. He's just relaxing now, and I really appreciate the consideration.
Good, absolutely.
Good, he's okay.
Absolutely. We'll give it about 2 more minutes for Commissioner Jackson. I appreciate everybody's flexibility, and Commissioner Gershon said, I'm glad to hear that things are okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Me too, I'm back. He's okay.
Excellent, thank you.
Good. Good,
Madam
Martha.
Chair, will we need to do roll call again?
Yeah, we should, just to be sure. Commissioner Gershenson,
Here.
and just your location?
Oh, Bloomfield Township.
Okay. Kokendorfer,
Here in Rochester Hills.
Jackson,
Here in Southfield.
Loops,
Here in Clausen.
Julia,
Here in Waterford.
and Nelson.
Here in Waterford Township.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on, the next order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. And given we did this earlier, does the committee agree to forego this at this time?
Yes.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Moving on, are there any corrections to the minutes of the previous meeting?
Move to accept.
Madam
Excellent.
Chair,
If
just
not, we
wanted
need a motion to approve the Pandemic and Response and Economic Recovery Committee that took place on December 2nd of 2020. I've got support by Commissioner Kokendorfer motion by Commissioner Kokendorfer and support by Commissioner Lubes. Any discussion on minutes? Excellent. If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Excellent. Minutes have been approved. Next up is the approval of the agenda. Are there any changes or corrections to the agenda? Excellent. Seeing none, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Moved by Commissioner Joliet, supported by Commissioner Jackson. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, we'll move on to public comments. Is there anyone from the public who would like to address the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee?
Currently, you have no callers. There are no online submissions, and there is no one in the auditorium or the committee room A.
Thank you. Seeing none, I will close public comment. Next up, we'll move on to our regular agenda. Our first item on the agenda is item number 1, Board of Commissioners, rules for the Oakland County Board of Commissioners 2021 to 2022 session. Do I have a motion? Motion by Commissioner Gershenson, support by Commissioner Jackson. Alrighty, is there any discussion? Oh, I'm sorry, Madam Clerk.
Yeah, just a point of order. I did send out a revised packet. I just wanted to make sure everyone got it at 6:03, I believe it was, the version 2. Because the report for this one, there was an amendment included in the report.
Excellent. Have all members, Commissioner Kokendorfer?
No, I was just going to move to make an amendment. So I don't know if that's timely right now or not, Madam Chair.
Absolutely, now is the time.
Okay, why not? Thank you. So it's a single amendment that's to insert on page 13 of the new packet. Not sure if not sure what page the amendment itself is on. Let me check, see if it's in here.
Is that in the board packet?
I'm not sure, but I can read it off. It should be. Let me take a look in the board packet.
And you know what? As Commissioner Kokendorfer is looking up that information, I also just wanted to say that I'd like to acknowledge Chairman Woodward and our Chief of Staff, Chris Ward, will be on this to address any questions.
Pam, I just want to clarify the amendment Commissioner Gershenson was going to move. Did you update the packet to include that? That was the one about the grants. So
Yes.
it does not need to be moved. Okay.
No, the one that is on the table right now has an amendment under the grants.
Okay.
On the new Lago packet, that I emailed separately.
So I have found the amendment that was subject to my motion. It is in the larger packet, the board packet. I found it on page 71. If you have
Excellent.
access
Do
to
we have a
that.
second?
I'll second.
Sorry?
Oh, second by Commissioner Joliet.
So on page 71, and I can just read it off to make this simpler.
Thank you.
Yeah, it would be inserted into section 9, subsection D. This would be a new number 8, I believe, and it would be this. Prior to consideration by a standing committee, a resolution shall receive all necessary administrative reviews and include provisions detailing associated appropriations and human resource impacts, if any. The chairperson of the standing committee may waive this rule at their discretion. Waiver of this rule shall be noted in the minutes of committee. And Madam Chair, the purpose of my amendment is just to ensure that the committee has all the information that it needs when it's deliberating on these items, and that all the necessary administrative reviews have already happened so that the committee can make an informed decision.
Excellent. Is there any other further discussion on Commissioner Kokendorfer's amendment? Okay, hearing none, we'll have a roll call, please.
On the amendment, Commissioners Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Jackson? Jackson, I couldn't hear you.
I was gonna say no.
Okay. Lubes,
No.
Juliet,
Yes.
Gershenson,
No.
Nelson?
No.
I'm sure you have 2 yeas, 4 nays, motion failed. For lack
Is
of a
there any
majority
other
vote.
further, thank you. Is there any other further discussion or amendments for agenda item number 1? Commissioner Gershenson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I don't know where this would be in the packet, but it does relate. It's number 9, committee operations. It's under H1. It relates to the amount of the grant approvals that need to come to the commission.
Excellent.
And
So motion by Commissioner Gershenson. Do we have a second?
I can, Commissioners. I believe Pam included that in the updated rules that you have before you. So no need to.
No
have an
need
amendment.
to an amendment.
Yeah, it's incorporated in what you have before you.
Okay.
In version 2 of the LIGO packet that I emailed.
So there's no need to make this an amendment. Is that
No.
correct? Okay,
Correct.
sounds good.
Okay,
Thank
well, I
you.
appreciate that clarification. And just to reiterate that again, the packet that was uploaded at 6:03. Okay, included that. Commissioner Woodward.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. And just, I think, just so everyone understands what that amendment was, this was a negotiation with Commissioner Spiz, and I know Commissioner Kuhn, I think, has been part of the conversation, lowered the threshold for grant submissions to come to committees. Originally, 25,000, proposed to lower it to 100,000, and a compromise to bring it even further down to 50,000. So all grants that departments are submitting should be submitted to committees prior to being submitted for the grant, $50,000 and up. Anything less than that can move forward. All grants over $10,000 have to be approved by the board once we get the money. Does that make sense? So we basically lowered the threshold down to 50,000, so that we'll be reviewing more grants than the current low.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Woodward. Commissioner Kolkendorfer.
Just a question, Madam Chair. I'm looking at the latest version in front of us, and it's that section H dealing with grant application. And this still says 100,000.
Yeah, I noticed that, Commissioner. So if you could just move the amendment, and I can put it on screen if you'd like to see it. I think we might have.
Let's proceed. Absolutely. I think we should definitely proceed with that. So Commissioner Gershenson made a motion and support by Commissioner Kolkendorfer.
I'm sorry, which, is this a new amendment? Or we
No,
already
Pam,
have
this is the amendment that was sent over, but in the version that we're looking at, it's not in there. So just for purposes of making sure it is in there, we're going to proceed.
Okay. Okay. So it was Gershenson and who was supported? I'm sorry.
Support by Commissioner Kolkendorfer.
Okay.
Thank you. Then, Mr. Ward, are you going to put that on the screen for us when it's ready?
If you'd like to, absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's just put it on the screen and just make sure we're all on the same page with this amendment.
So as
Would we
mentioned, there's two changes there. One is to change 100,000 to 50,000, and then there's some language change to clarify that the waiver is for an emergency or an unplanned grant.
Excellent. Is there any other further discussion on this amendment item? Okay, hearing none, roll call please on the amendment.
On the amendment, Commissioners Jackson,
Yes.
Lubes,
Yes.
Joliet,
Yes.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Kolkendorfer,
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 6 yeas and 0 nays.
Excellent. Thank you. Is there any other further discussions or amendments for agenda item number 1? Excellent. Hearing none, roll call please.
On the report as amended, Commissioners Gershenson,
Yes.
Kolkendorfer,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Lubes,
Yes.
Joliet,
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 6 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. Next up is agenda item number 2, Board of Commissioners, 2021 Standing Committee Assignments. May I have a motion? Support by Commissioner Gershenson, or motion by Commissioner Gershenson, support by Commissioner Jackson. It's on the table for discussion. Is there any discussion on this item? Excellent. See none, roll call please. Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Jackson.
You're on mute.
Commissioner
Jack.
Jackson, you are muted.
Sorry. Point of clarification. These appointments in detail are for?
These are the standing committee assignments.
Okay, thank you.
You're very
I'm
welcome.
good.
Any other further discussion on agenda item number 2? Seeing none, roll call please.
On item number 2, Commissioners Lubes,
Yes.
Joliet,
Yes.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Kolkendorfer,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 6 yeas, 0 nays.
Excellent. Moving on to the next item, number 3 on the regular agenda, Board of Commissioners appointments to the Oakland County Coordinating Zoning Committee. Motion by Commissioner Joliet, support by Commissioner Gershenson. Is there any discussion on item number 3 of the agenda? All right, excellent. Seeing none, roll call, please.
On item number 3, Commissioners Joliet,
Yes.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Okendorfer,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Lutz,
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 6 yeas, 0 nays.
Yes, thank you. Last item on our agenda is the Board of Commissioners 2021 appointments to various boards, commissions, and authorities. We need a motion. Moved by Commissioner Lubes, support by Commissioner Gershenson. Is there any further discussion on item number 4?
Madam Chair, there were 2 appointments that were inadvertently not added to this. I could put them up on the screen and explain them if you'd like.
That'd be great. Thank you. Please put them up.
We have a county commissioner seat being vacated because Commissioner Quarles is no longer commissioner. So the recommendation was Commissioner Yolanda Smith Charles for the Parks and Rec Commissioner. And then we have a citizen appointment of Andrea LaFontaine for reappointment. You just need to add those 2 with your permission.
Excellent. Is there any discussion on the addition of these names?
So would you choose that, treat that as an amendment, or?
I think if there's a consent of the group, we'll just use that as the report from the committee.
Is there any opposition to that? Okay, excellent. Hearing none, let's roll call, please.
On item number 4, Commissioners Gershenson,
Yes.
Okendorfer,
No.
Jackson,
Yes.
Lutz,
Yes.
Joliet,
No.
Nelson.
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 4 yeas and 2 nays. Motion carries.
Excellent. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Is there any other business to come before the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee this evening? All right, without further objection, I declare this meeting adjourned at 7:10 p.m. Thank you so much, everybody.
You.
Thank you.
It moved through pretty quickly. All right. Now, what I didn't have a plan for is how to call everyone back. So I'm trying to figure out how to do all that. All right, there we go. What were we missing? I think we're just missing one person and our clerk. Yolanda, is that the one? Yolanda, are you there? Oh, there you are. So we just need
Lisa.
Need Lisa.
She probably never thought it would be that fast.
Very well, if, let's see.
Andy's here, it looks like.
Yeah, no, everyone's here. We're just waiting for Lisa. I mean, to either come up.
I'm
You're
here.
Oh, okay. All right, I think everyone's gonna do another quick little search. Oh, wait, the screen is off.
I was just watching CNN.
Does everyone have their camera on? Because that's how I can see people best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20. Yep. I think we're good. Okay, we're good. All right, so we will come back into session. I will ask the clerk to call roll to establish quorum.
Yes. Nobody has moved, right? You're all still in the same places? So we don't have to go through that. Okay. Commissioners Kowal.
Here.
Calling roll. Thank you. Kuhn.
Here.
Long.
Here.
Lubes.
Here.
Markham.
Here.
Gilvray.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Moss.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Howell.
Here.
Fizz.
Here.
Wipert.
I'm here.
Woodward.
Here.
Cavell.
Here.
Charles. Here. Kirshenson.
Here.
Gingell.
Here.
Hoffman.
Here.
Jackson.
Here.
Joliet.
Here.
Kokendorfer.
Here.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Been established. Brings us to the next item on our agenda. We're at item 16. This is communications. I think there's a few communications that the clerk has. And so, Madam Clerk, if you can read all the communications.
I'll do my best to get through these. Okay. First one dated December 14th, 2020, regarding the appointment to the Oakland County Art Institute Authority. Dear Chairman Woodward, please be advised that acting pursuant to miscellaneous resolution 12083, adopted Articles of Incorporation of the Oakland County Art Institute Authority, Article 3, Section 1, I hereby appoint Barbara Whitaker to the Board of Directors of the Oakland County Art Institute Authority. This appointment shall become effective immediately and shall continue until May 22nd, 2024, or until a successor is appointed and qualified unless Mrs. Whitaker is terminated earlier as provided in the Articles of Incorporation. Mrs. Whitaker shall take and subscribe the required oath of office prior to commencing the performance of her duties pursuant to this appointment. Very truly yours, David Coulter, Oakland County Executive. Next is dated December 30th, 2020. Dear Chairman Woodward, as you know, Regional transportation remains a priority for my administration, and we have an opportunity to shape the planning direction of the Southeast Michigan region through the Regional Transit Authority. We will have much work to do as we recover from the pandemic to ensure that our businesses and workers, senior citizens, and all residents have a system that meets their needs. Pursuant to the authority vested in the Office of County Exec under 2012 Public Act 387, Section 5.1b and Section 5.2, I am hereby appointing the following individual to the Regional Transit Authority Governing Board for a term commencing on January 1, 2021 and expiring January 1, 2024, Ms. Helene Zach of Huntington Woods, Michigan. I am confident you share my enthusiasm for the professional service and dedication to the work that Ms. Zach will bring to this important role in the years ahead. Pursuant to Section 5.7 of Act 387, Ms. Zach shall take and subscribe the oath of office required under Section 1 of the State Constitution of 1963 prior to commencing the performance of her duties pursuant to this appointment. Sincerely, David Coulter, County Executive. The next communication says, Commissioners, Happy New Year. Your generous gift card presented to the staff members was much appreciated. Thank you so much for thinking of us. We are fortunate to be serving on this team. Looking forward to a great year, BOC staff. Next communication dated January 4th, 2021. Dear Honorable Chairperson Woodward, I am Wilma Cotton, Chairperson of the Oakland County Canvas Board, and I write to you once again to inquire the status of the hazard pay for the Canvas Board members for the August 2020 primary election and the November 2020 presidential election as provided by the Federal CARES Act. You must agree that this matter has gone on unresolved for far too long. I heard a rumor about 5 weeks ago that the commissioners have approved the hazard pay for the Canvas Board, but to date, there has been no official notice. No one has contacted me, nor have any of the members seen a deposit to our accounts. I implore you to do whatever is necessary to finally resolve this longstanding matter immediately. This has not been fair to the Canvas Board members who earnestly do the work the commissioners appointed us to do. We work diligently under stressful time limits to complete the canvas with accuracy for the utmost confidence of the Oakland County residents. Thank you again for your time and attention to this urgent matter. I request, please, that this letter be read aloud at the next County Commission meeting. Sincerely, Wilma S. Cotton, Chairperson, Oakland County Canvas Board. Next communication is dated today, January 6, 2021, to the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. Ladies and gentlemen, I am hereby appointing the following individuals to the Community Development Citizens Advisory Council with a term ending December 31st, 2022. Angela Powell, Chair, Janet Jackson, Vice Chair, Yolanda Charles, and Chuck Moss. To the Oakland County Historical Commission, term ending December 31st, 2023, Carol Basak Egbo. I apologize if I did not say that correctly. To the Sanitary Code Appeal Board with a term ending December 31st, 2023, Bob Hoffman and Tom Kuhn is the alternate. The Public Transportation Authority with a term ending December 31st, 2022, members Marie Donegan, Melanie Piana, Tamika Ramsey, Rashawn Bird, and David Harrell, with the alternates Kent Douglas and Steve Unruh. Again, I apologize if I mispronounce anybody's name. Your confirmation of these appointments is respectfully requested. Sincerely, David T. Woodward, Chairman, Oakland County Board of Commissioners. And the final one, if you wouldn't mind muting, because I'm hearing somebody's background noise, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. January 6, 2021, to the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. Ladies and gentlemen, I am hereby appointing the following individuals. To the Airport Committee with a term ending December 31st, 2022, Gary McGilvray, Penny Lubes, Kristen Nelson, Christine Long, Eileen Cowell. To the Claims Review Committee with a term ending December 31st, 2022, Gwen Markham and David Woodward. To the MSU Extension Advisory Council with a term ending December 31st, 2022, Angela Powell. To the Substance Use Disorder Oversight Policy Board with a term ending December 31st, 2022, Janet Jackson and Michael Spiz. To the Tax Increment Financing Review, TIFA, term ending December 31, 2022, Yolanda Charles. To the Youth Assistance Coordinating Council, term ending December 31st, 2022, Charlie Cavell and Kieran Joliet. And to the Lake Boards, which all of the terms end December 31st, 2022, I hope that you will read this and know which ones you're appointed to. If somebody has a question, I'm happy to read it. It will be part of the minutes, but it's a really long list, and I know we all have other things to do. So Without objection, Mr. Chair, I hope that is acceptable to the board.
That's great. Thank you, Madam Chair. Can I get a motion to receive and file those communications? Moved by Commissioner Hoffman, seconded by Commissioner Gershenson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Let the records reflect that the communications are received unanimously. So the report for Legislative Affairs and Operations Committee that was taken up, and I was anticipating taking an Understanding Committee. So I'm going to jump back to item 15 to let the report for the Legislative Affairs and Government Operations Committee move forward. I'm going to recognize Commissioner Nelson, the Chair of Legislative Affairs and Government Operations, to lead us through the business that was taken up in the committee when we recess. Commissioner Nelson.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have 4 important items on the regular agenda today. Item number 1 is the Board of Commissioners rules for the Oakland County Board of Commissioners 2021-2022 session, which is a report from the Lago Committee recommending an adoption of the board rules for the 2021-2022 session. Mr. Chair, I move acceptance of the foregoing report.
Commissioner Nelson moves the report. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Gershenson. All in favor of receiving the report, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And now Commissioner Nelson moves the resolution.
Next item.
Okay, well, we got to move the resolution and the vote on the resolution.
Yes.
Yeah. So Commissioner Nelson moves the resolution, seconded by Commissioner Powell. Any discussion? Commissioner Kuhn.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. And again, I appreciate the taking and looking at these rules. I think that they are important to review. For purposes of this motion, I'd like to move to amend to add a new section after section Roman numeral 9D6, which will be found on page 71 of the packet. I move that.
Commissioner Kuhn, is your amendment in the packet?
Yes, it's on. I'm sorry, it's on page 71, I believe.
Okay. So Commissioner
Put it up if it's helpful.
It's what?
I can put it up if it's helpful to you, Mr. Chair.
I mean, it's on page 71.
Yeah.
So Commissioner Kuhn moves the resolution, the Kuhn resolution. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Moss. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Kuhn, go ahead.
Yeah, again, I think it's important for us to get all the information prior to any discussion at the committee level. This just really requires that the information, and I understand that there are at times technical and other reasons for not getting information in a timely manner for discussion by the committee, but this just requires that the basic approvals be presented to the committee prior to a discussion. And if there's a reasonable reason, then the chair can waive it.
Thank you, Commissioner Kuhn.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on the resolution and the amendment? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the amendment.
On the Kuhn amendment, Commissioners Kuhn,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Lubes,
No.
Markham,
No.
McGilvray, McGilvray,
No.
Miller, Was that a no? You cut off.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. Moss,
Yes.
Nelson,
No.
Powell,
No.
Spiz,
Yes.
Whitebird,
Yes.
Woodward,
No.
Cavell,
No.
Charles,
No.
Gershenson,
No.
Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson,
No.
Joliet,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Cowell.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 10 yeas, 11 nays.
Insufficient number voting in the affirmative of the amendment. The amendment fails. It brings us back to the main motion. Any further discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the rules. And I guess I keep calling it a resolution. It's actually more, it's a report.
Yeah. Well,
But
permanent
same.
rules. Okay. Adopting the permanent rules. Commissioners Long,
Yes.
Lubes,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
McGilvery,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Moss,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Biz,
Yes.
Whitebird,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Cavell,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson,
No.
Joliet,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Cowell,
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Chair, you have 20 yeas, 1 nay.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative, the resolution, the rules are adopted. That brings us to the next item, Commissioner Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The next item, Board of Commissioners 2021 Standing Committee Appointments. I move acceptance of the foregoing report.
Motion by Commissioner Nelson to receive the report from the committee, seconded by Commissioner Hoffman. Staff, just like a clarification, do we need to receive the report from committee and then vote on these, or can we just vote on the report?
You can just vote on the report, Mr. Chair.
Okay, all right. Then any discussion on adopting the report? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
The appointments, Commissioners Lubes,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
McGilvery,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Moss,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Biz,
Yes.
Whitebird,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Cavell,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Joliet,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Cowell,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Long.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 21 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The standing up committee assignments are adopted. Commissioner Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item number 3 is the Board of Commissioners appointments to the Oakland County Coordinating Zone Committee. and I move acceptance of the foregoing report.
Commissioner Nelson moves the report. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Weipert. Any discussion? Commissioner Long.
Just, I know there's not that many names, but could you read the names on these reports just real quick? I don't have the things pulled on my screen. Just for the appointments, could you just read the names if it's not like too many, which I don't think it is right now.
Thank
you.
Coordinating Committee, Commissioner Nelson.
Just all of them real quick. If you could just say the names before we vote, that'd be great.
Yeah, this report is just the Coordinated Zoning Committee, so it's 3 members. And I can actually just read it for you.
I'm sorry, if you could, my internet will not let me have 3 devices on. I would not be, so I don't have it in front of me. So
something about
say the names on all these, that'd be great.
No, it's right here. Commissioner Markham, Chair Gary McGilvery, and Phil Weipert for
Or
the
staff to put it on the screen.
Or staff.
Yeah, or the screen for all these. Thank you. Just
Yeah.
one or the other. Thank you.
For the next one, we'll have staff put it up on the screen.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On the Coordinated Zoning Committee, Commissioners Markham,
Yes.
McGilvray,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Moss,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Howell,
Yes.
Biz,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Cavell,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Joliet,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Loops.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 21 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative. The appointments to the Coordinating Zoning Committee is adopted. Commissioner Nelson.
Thank you, Chairman. The last report is Board of Commissioners 2021 appointments to various boards, commissions, and authorities. I move to accept the foregoing report.
And staff, can you pull it up on the screen for everybody? The report's moved by Commissioner Nelson, seconded by Commissioner Hoffman. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman?
Commissioner Moss.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to place in nomination for the Road Commission the name of Greg Jamian. Greg Jamian is the currently incumbent serving member. He's had a long and distinguished career. It's a ministerial board. He has discharged his duties in an basically apolitical fashion. He's done a good job. I would like to see him reappointed. I would like to nominate Greg Jamian to that spot.
Commissioner Moss nominates Greg Jamian, seconded by Commissioner Kowal. Any further discussion? Seeing no discussion, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on, I assume it's an amendment to this to place in Greg Jamian. So,
Yes.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the amendment.
Okay, on the Moss amendment, Commissioners McGilvray,
No.
Miller,
No.
Moss,
Yes.
Nelson,
No.
Powell,
No.
Biz,
Yes.
Weipert,
Yes.
I'm sorry, was that a yes?
Yes, that was the.
Okay, sorry, thank you, it was a little muffled. Woodward,
No.
Cavell,
No.
Charles,
No.
Gershenson,
Commissioner
Sorry,
Gershenson.
Gershenson.
I'm
You got-
sorry. No.
Thank you. Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson,
No.
Joliet,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Lubes,
No.
Markham.
No.
Mr. Chair, you have 10 yeas, 11 nays.
Insufficient number voting in the affirmative, the amendment fails. Brings us back to the main motion of adopting these appointments. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioners Miller,
Are we voting on the original?
yes. Yes, on all the other appointments, yes.
That came out of committee.
Yes.
Thank you. Moss,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Spiz,
Yes.
Wypert,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Cavell,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Kirshenson,
Yes.
Gingell,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Joliet,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Kowal,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Lubes,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 21 yeas, 0 nays.
Sufficient number voting in the affirmative, the appointments are confirmed. Congratulations to all those who've been appointed. Commissioner Nelson, is there any further business?
No, Chairman. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much. Just in flow of the agenda, reports of other standing committees. None of those other committees have any business today. Moves us to reports of special committees. There are none. Special order of business. There are none. No unfinished business since we are starting the business for the term. That brings us to new and miscellaneous business. I believe there are a couple resolutions for introduction. Commissioner Jackson.
Oh, yes, thank you, Chair. I just wanted to bring forth a annual resolution in regards to commemorating January as Human Trafficking Month and January 11th as Human Trafficking Day. This month and this day will commemorate the prevention efforts and the awareness activities around and surround this hideous crime. I'm going to refer that to committee this evening, to our LAGO committee. Thank you.
Referred without objection. Thank you, Commissioner. And I believe Commissioner Gingell, do you have the other one? Who has the other one? Commissioner Spiz, staff?
Mr. Chair, is it the, I don't have the resolution in front of me, but I believe you're referring about the naming of the conference room for the late Bill Bullard that I would like to introduce and refer to the LAGO committee, I believe.
That is the one. It's been circulated to everybody. So referred
Sorry
with,
about that. Thank you.
no worries, no worries. Referred without objection. Well, Chuck Moss, do share.
7-5, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, fair enough. Is there any further new or miscellaneous business? Seeing none, we will adjourn till January 21st, 2021, or I call the chair. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for starting this
Thank you.
virtual meeting. Be safe, and we will see you soon. Committee